Good morning, everyone. You're joining me this morning as I'm doing a little bit of spraying. It's a winter barley crop, obviously. It's the final spray, or head spray as some people call it, on the winter barley. Spraying with 3 products today. We're spraying with Semi Alpha is in the small container, Bravo 500, and Syriax then is the other one. So yeah, 2 fungicides and an insecticide. So yeah, final spray on the winter barley. This is a really nice crop of winter barley, considering how poor the last autumn was weather-wise. Even when it was going in, it was touch and go whether it was dry enough for it to go in. I wouldn't say it was mucked in as such, but the soil conditions were damp, and yeah, even the headlands that were very patchy, a lot of them have actually recovered in the last 6 or 8 weeks from I done the previous video out here. They've recovered very well. Yeah, the plants that were there, we hit them with CCC, and that made them tiller out, and they really have tightened up. So yeah, pleasantly surprised with how it has recovered even on the headlands. Still a couple of patchy bits, obviously, where there is a spot back there where the water has always lay, and even in a dry year, once it rains, the water lies there and it usually kills off that circle of barley. So but overall, no, very happy now with how it's done. But yeah, there's 2 fields here, as you might be able to remember. There's about 24 and a half, 25 acres in it, something like that. There's 25 acres on the maps of it, but there is a little area down the bottom. There's almost an acre of wet area, so it's about 24 acres of barley in this plot. And then there's another plot then that I'll have to spray in the afternoon, and it's slightly bigger than this here. So that's all the barley we have this year. Up until this year, we've always had about 100 acres of barley, but we obviously, the other piece of land, it has went into maize, so it's going to be cut for maize silage, which is all planted now as well. Yeah, not many videos all week. Had a busy few days. Tuesday we were over in England at a farm auction, and just checking our water level. Yeah, we were at a Cheffin's farm auction. It's like a dispersal sale where everything was being sold off the farm. But I put a video up of the tractors, some of the tractors being sold at it, which went up early on Saturday morning. Some very nice examples on it. There was a lovely 1455 XL case, which made 27,000. 1056 XL 2-wheel drive, which also was sold at a decent price. I think it was about 15 or 16,000 it made. What other tractors was there? There was a beautiful example, MX 150 case with 4,000 hours on it. Very straight, very well looked after. Could do some polishing, and maybe the bonnet could do a coat of paint, and the mudguards just to freshen it up. It was a little dull. The cases the paintwork goes a little dull after a number of years on them, or it did on those older ones anyway. But it was a lovely tractor with tons and tons more work on it. I think it sold for about 23,000, but you can look back at the video and see how much they all made. The surprise of the auction was, well, there were 2 surprises. There was a Valmet 200 horsepower that made 50,000, which I thought was over the top in price for it. And The other surprise of the auction was the David Brown 996, which was a very nice example, I must say, but probably overall not as original or as nice a tractor as our own David Brown. Like there was some paint painted around the inside of the cab. The cab was a little tacky. It was painted inside with a brush. The seat was tacky. It needed a new seat. It was held together with duct tape. And around the back of the tractor also was painted with a brush as well at one point. So whereas it is very square, original and straight, it wasn't what you'd call mint immaculate. But it opened at 5,000 sterling and it was sold for 9.5. So really was a surprise. We kind of had been over with maybe half thoughts of purchasing it because we have a little bit of a fad for David Browns. But when we seen it then, we were like a little iffy on it because it wasn't just as clean as what we thought it would be, and we just kind of said we'd play it by ear and see what happened. But once it was open at 5,000, we were never going to get 5,000 for it, so that was that. But we did make a purchase over there, which hasn't just arrived yet. It's been shipped over, so whenever it comes I'll make a little bit of a video on it. Anyone who follows me on the Snapchat would have seen a few pictures of it. But yeah, I'll make a video of it when it comes. Should be there, I'd say, early next week. Excuse me. Yeah, I had just busy few days. Then we come back home. I had a few days dump trailer work to do. Doing a little bit of a job on a field that I intend to build a house on later in the year. So we're kind of leveling out the site on that, and just seemed to be one thing after another. So it was busy few days and just hadn't got time to make any videos. But yeah, no, I'll get back in the swing of making a few videos now next week. No silage cut yet. Silage, I intend to try and cut it, maybe won't be this week coming, but the following week is kind of when we have it earmarked for cutting. So it'll let it bulk up another bit. We have some very good nice crops. A couple of fields in were a little bit lighter, so just let them lighter ones kind of bulk up a little bit, and yeah, cut it the week after next. But you know, I've a few jobs to do in the yard. Next week I have to tidy around the silage base, wash that down, just get it ready, and wash some of the machinery as well. For the silage trailers needs to be washed, breezed up and just checked over. We get the silage harvester out and get the mower greased up and ready for action as well. So we actually purchased a second mower similar to our first one, which I'll do a little video or do a little clip at the end of this to just show you it. It's very clean mower. It arrived yesterday. We purchased it a couple of months back, and it's been sitting in the yard where we bought it from over in the UK since that. So yeah, I'll do a little video on that later on, and you can see what that's like. So it's been a busy week, and hopefully now it'll settle down a bit and I'll be able to get it to walk around the yard. Good evening. Now it's about 6:30. Extremely warm. It's about 24-25 degrees and a bit of a breeze. Fairly overcast. It's unusual kind of weather. It's very humid. You don't usually get that here, but it's nice. Nice change. Different from the rain that we've been used to over the last while. We can't complain. The last number of weeks have been fantastic weather for us. So hopefully it'll last another while. Spraying's all done. We got a couple of plots of winter barley all finished with. The only thing we have left to do with it now is when it's almost ready for cutting, we'll burn off around the headlands with a little bit of Roundup, Usually do that maybe a week or 10 days before cutting. So apart from that, just let it finish growing and ripen and cut it. So we're on the home straight with that. Yeah, here's the mower we purchased. As I said, it's the same as our old one, but our old one was never in this good a condition. This mower has done very, very little work. Basically the same as our own. Our own one was 2004 or 2005. This one here is, I'm not sure on the year, I think it's either 2010 or 2011. I love these mowers here. They're a fantastic mower to cut. I've said before that the only issue that I have with them is that the wheel usually stops somewhere around there, and this 14 or 16 inches sticks out past the tractor on the side that you're usually meeting cars. So it is a little bit of a danger on the road. You have to be very careful of it. That's the only thing I could say bad about them. When they were designing them, they never thought of the road transport position that awfully much. It was all about how they cut, and they do cut, there's no doubt about it. Our other mower, we have it. We purchased it in 2008 or 2009, and it's cut a lot of grass and has given absolutely no trouble. And it was actually a contractor's machine before that, so yeah, we got it. It was only a couple of years old. It was in good condition, but it was never in this good a condition. It was never this straight. It hadn't all the stickers on it, and like this one here has. Like, there's the covers on this here, it's hardly got a mark on it. The frame is perfect. But yeah, be very, very, very happy with it, I must say. Purchased it a couple of months back. I seen it online, and new looking at it, said it was very, very good. So yeah, delighted with it. The only differences with this one and our own is that this one's got these spreading vanes that can be turned around for spreading the grass out. At the minute it's in mowing position and just leaving the grass in a row behind it, like for lifting with your baler or your harvest or whatever you got. But you can you can the doors on the back can be opened out, and this here just flips around. No matter, pop out two of these spring loaded pins here on the back, and it flips over, and it then leaves the grass in a nice even spread on the ground. So would be very useful if you were using the mower to cut your hay, or if you had wet grass or something like that, a wet crop that you wanted to lay out on the ground to dry. It would save shaking it out. It would save shaking out before for letting it dry. So could be a useful feature. I've never used it before, or used it yet, so it'll be interesting just to see what way it works out. Yeah, the only issue that I see with the mower is there's two small issues we're going to have to address before we can use it. These mowers come equipped with a ground pressure system that allows the mower to ride along on the ground. Floats on uneven ground. It goes up and down with whatever the contours of the ground are, and it just comes with a standard electrical connection. But I see the cable has been caught and got chawed a little bit here, so we're going to have to address that. The other thing is that shouldn't be like that. See the bit that's lying away to one side. There's a spring on that. If you hit a bump, this here shortens in, and the spring it'll take the work as like a suspension for it. But down here there's a little steel spud that comes out, and it's broken. So we're going to have to straighten that up and throw a spot of weld on it. I would say what happened is somebody tried to lift it via that. So yes, that's the issues we have to sort out. Shot of grease. We'll swap the blades over on it, put new blades on it if we need to, and yeah, we'll give the machine a quick hose down, and it'll be ready for action. The other mower will get the same treatment, and I'd like to try this year, maybe mow with the 2850 and the 6420. rather than have the 6,930 on it. They are quite a heavy mower, so we'll just have to see how the 2850 handles it. But if it handles it okay, we'll stick it on it. The 6.9 is a little bit big just to have run around a field with an 8-foot mower on it. So, and a little hard on diesel for that too. So, yeah, we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, that'll be all part of the silage preparations that'll be coming next week. Be a lot of washing and cleaning going on and getting the yard ready. The yard at the minute down there is a parking space for dump trailers and 2 silage trailers down there and slurry tanker, so we'll have to get the yard into a bit of shape as well. But that's really it. No sign of the other piece of machinery that we purchased at the auction. It didn't come yet. Hopefully it will come early next week. But yeah, we'll get a video up of it when it comes as well. So that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and we shall see you probably not till Monday.